Dr. Anthony Browder had to fly out in a few hours, so he thought he'd be on already. So I just wanted to let you all know that, since the brother had to leave. But thank you. So in the divine name of the Supreme Being, I want to greet everyone with a civilized greeting. Peace, shalom, hotep, whatever school of thought you're from, or whatever greeting that you go by, I want to greet you. There's a few things I need to kind of correct. And I'm sure the brother meant no ill intention. I am not a YouTube scholar. That's an insult. You understand what I'm saying? Them numbskulls were just born a minute ago. You understand what I'm saying? I'm 57 years old. That's in right. This. Go ahead, Professor. For real. I've said no need for applause, and I'm not scolding the brother. I'm just saying I've been around before the YouTube was invented. That's right. Studying, putting in work. You understand what I'm saying? Up at First World, sitting, kneeling at the feet of our elders and now some of our ancestors. All right. So I just wanted to let the brother know that. And on another note, I've never participated in rap. We didn't call it rap. Do we know the 4 fundamental elements of hip-hop? Right. So much so that in 2018 we shouldn't even grab this microphone still calling it rap. I'm an MC, you understand what I'm saying? A master of ceremony. You follow what I'm saying? When you pick this up, it's a duty and responsibility to this, being in front of the gods and goddesses. Am I right or wrong? So let's begin to get this straight. Let's not keep reinventing the wheel. Are you following what I'm saying? This sister just gave us an exhibition of 2 of the elements of hip-hop. Can we please give this sister a round of applause? Thank you, sister. So, yeah, let me bring my spirit back down so I can start where I needed to start. Well, brother, I love you, man. You know that. From back in the day when you had an afro. Alright? But just had to get some of those things straight, because, you know, there's a saying, once that arrow leaves the bow, you can't call it back. This is being recorded and being etched into the mind, into the spirit of the people that have to carry this message on for the people that's not here. Are you following what I'm saying? So we have to get it correct. And we're responsible for everyone that's sitting here. Am I right or wrong? So we have to get the history correct. All right? Let's everybody just take a deep breath. Can we do that? A real, like, deep breath. All right. I need everybody to kind of look around the room, find a very unfamiliar face. I need everyone to stand up out of their comfort zone and everyone greet 3 people. Can we do that? I'm sure y'all didn't get a chance to meet one another. Everybody stand up out of your comfort zone. Y'all can put social media down for a minute and just greet one another. Oh, give thanks. No problem. All right. All right. So brothers and sisters, I'm not going to be long. There's no clocks in here, so I'm not going to keep track of time. Just give me the high sign when y'all need me to stop. Is that cool with everyone? And I realize this is a church, right? I get my church etiquette on. We can't bring the culture of the street into the church and then expect to leave here with our spirit intact. But we do have to respect the house of the Lord. Am I right or wrong? Although this is the house of the Lord, the human body that houses the Spirit of God, but we do have to respect this house. Am I right or wrong? So let's respect both houses then. All right. There's a brother, 2 brothers in there I want to acknowledge, well 3, before I get started. First, there was a brother in here that I started doing business with, and we kind of took a break to reassess some things, and hopefully we'll pick this business back up a little bit later on. So when I put the word out about what I was doing with this brother, people got really, really excited, and they still ask me to this day. And it's almost been like 6-7 months, we're already 8 months. And I just want to acknowledge this brother, and I need y'all to understand that what the brother is doing is very instrumental in what's going to happen with us as a people in a not too distant future. All right? So let's acknowledge our brother over here that's selling this Ashe water. Stand up for a second. Matter of fact, come here for a second, big brother. I don't know if y'all understand what's going on. This brother told me, says Griff, called me, sounded all excited. He was like, look, do you realize it's about to be a war for water? That if we don't control our own water, we in trouble? This is what they're about. Water is going to be the new gold. Am I right or wrong? They're fighting over oil and diamonds and drugs and opium and a whole bunch of kind of stuff right now. But in a minute, we're going to be fighting for water and air. Are you following what I'm saying? Water is going to be the next war that's going to be fought. It's going to be about water. So say a few words to the people about your company, Ashe.
Ashe. Ashe water is, as you can see, 100% natural water, no chemicals. And so it's naturally alkaline. You come across a lot of water in the stores that has a high pH level. A lot of that is artificial pH. Baking soda, anything to raise the pH level. So this is all natural. So that's what we want, all natural, everything, no GMO, anything, no GMO foods, no GMO waters, no GMO people.
Why alkaline?
Well, I don't have a lot of time, but briefly, think about a pool of water like that you swim in. So when the pH level drops, below a certain pH, the water turns green. So your body is doing the same thing. When your pH level drops from eating bad food or drinking bad things or acidic items, disease will live in your body, or disease. And that's the basics of it. So when you raise that pH level in your pool water, the water gets clear, right? It's the same thing with your body. That's a lot of information that the doctors do not want you to know. I'm gonna give this back to Griff. Thank you.
Let's give a round of applause. Real quick, this brother here, he want to be all inconspicuous. Brother Shaheed, God Allah. Anytime I'm ever in this area or where the brother can get to me, the brother always comes and lends me support, and I just wanted to recognize the brother Shaheed, God Allah. Let's give him a round of applause. All right? And then, of course, Professor Smalls. Don't do that to me, bro. I want to recognize our elder, our good brother, Dr. Professor Smalls, y'all. Let's give him a round of applause. He's a doctor and a professor. All right, so let me just start this real quick so I can kind of get out y'all's way so we can continue the program. All right? Our good Sister Soldier said that we're at war. And I don't know how many people really took her serious when she said that. So my few words tonight are dedicated to those that are dedicated. All right? If you're not dedicated, then you need to figure out what is it that you have to say and do in order to become dedicated not only to yourself, to your family, and to the collective of us as a people. And then dedicated to the degree where we start to affect real positive change, not just with the lip service. Okay, is that cool with everyone? All right. Keep in mind, I don't want to come off like I'm talking down or at you. All right. I want to have a family kind of discussion, fireside chat, if that's cool with everyone. All right. But there was Professor Smalls that imparted on me in a conversation that we was having at the Caravan of the Ancestors in Texas, in Houston, Texas, that he said that he's God having a human experience. All right? And I said, wow, that's deep. And that resonated with me. But I I couldn't take that and repeat it unless I understood it. All right? So I understand what he's saying. Everything that's divine in nature lies within inside of us. Are you following me? There could be no other God before me or after me that's not of me. Are you following what I'm saying? So when I go to look for the solutions to the problem of Professor Griff's problems, I can't continue to look outside the God self. I have to look inwardly. Am I right or wrong? And this is what we have to do as a people. So if the brother was to come introduce me again, he said, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce God having a human experience called Griff. And then you would applaud like you're about to do right now. That's cool, don't worry about it. That's about a 1.5 on the applause meter. But let that resonate with you for 1 minute. All right? Because we're gods and goddesses in the room. Am I right or wrong? Okay. I want to also dedicate this to my sister. And my sister standing up with the Run Afro Puff. My sister Charlie right there, always standing on post. We're supposed to have a class that we have every Wednesday night online. But me and Charlie decided to be here. And Charlie will tell you, other than my wife, the only woman's picture that I have up in my office is who, Charlie? Winnie Mandela. Winnie Mandela. And I've been saying this for years. Only woman's picture I have up in my office is Winnie Mandela. All right? We have to become the embodiment of what Winnie Mandela's spirit is about. Right. It's cool to have the picture up, but if I'm not going to carry it to practice those principles that she lived by and to help liberate Africa by, then what good is it? Are you following what I'm saying? No, come on, talk to me. Are you following what I'm saying? All right. Winnie Mandela said on April 13th, 1985, with our boxes of matches and our necklaces, we shall liberate this country. This is what Winnie Mandela gave us. Ever since I've heard that from Winnie Mandela, that resonated with me. Because I swear to this day, I cannot stand Uncle Tom bootlicking Negro. For real. That don't really deserve an applause, because all y'all know something, right or wrong. And y'all probably feel the way I do, but y'all don't, you won't get up here and say it. Let go. But that's real. So on the cover of Public Enemy's first album, upside down, it says freedom is a road seldom traveled by the multitudes. And it is. Most of us will talk it, few of us will actually walk it. And that's real. So our good brother, our ancestor, Dr. John Henry Clark says Africa is our center of gravity, our cultural and our spiritual mother and father, our heartbeat, all right, no matter where we live on the face of the earth, all right, even though we're not there in Africa, Africa is in us. Am I right or wrong? And that's the way we have to begin to move, all right? I remember having a conversation when I first started the study group that I now do online, and I told the class, I said I was in search of God, and I ran in to myself, and I started seeing the body language and the faces crinkled up. And as we began to study with one another, all right, we've grown accustomed to understanding what that actually means. So I want to say this. So in the spirit of Winnie Mandela, in the spirit of the revolution, the African and the black revolution that we have to continue, and as y'all already know, revolution is complete, constructive, conscious, cosmic change as given to us by Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad. Am I right or wrong? This says, this African proverb that says, once you conquer the enemy within, the enemy without can do you no harm. All right, I'm going to say that again. Once you conquer the enemy within, the enemy without can do you no harm. This is the lesson that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan gave us about the term jihad, the war against the weakness of self. All right? This says in the Naim Nassim, the Revolutionary Daily Thoughts by Malibu Bomani K. Baruti out of Atlanta, Georgia, from the Occupant House. He says, revolution is not an activity for whiners, for individuals caught up in their complaints to rebel. Revolution is not something that we decide to take on to impress anyone, except our ancestors and our children. Revolution is not a hobby or avocation. It is not a game. I'm going to say that again. Revolution is not a game. It's not a game, people. Revolution is not televised or broadcast from a soapbox or a podium. Revolution is not a walk-in, sit-in, stand-by, or lay-in. Revolution is not reform. Revolution is not reform. Because all they have to do is sign some other signatures, shuffle some paperwork around, and you right back to where you was in the beginning. Am I right or wrong? Come on, talk to me, y'all. Revolutionaries do not waste their time trying to recast or remake an incorrigible evil in a kinder, gentler image, quitting at the first sign of difficulty. Revolution is not an option for some integrationists lost in the glory in the bedrooms of our open enemy. Here you are on the battlefield, on the front side or the back line. But as soon as a big leg white woman comes through, you put your weapon down and you go on, hopping the fence on the side of the enemy to romance his daughter. That's not a revolution. That's not complete constructive conscious change. That's an insult to the ancestors. Am I right or wrong? So instead of you thinking that when they bring the fight to you to come get your child or to shoot down another black man or woman or ask us to leave another damn Starbucks, and if we don't lay them dead at our feet, the earth should reject our bodies. Are you following what I'm saying? Revolution is not the work of adult children trained in the art of quitting at the first sign of difficulty. Revolution is not an option for self-integrationists lost in the glory in the bedrooms of our eternal enemy. Revolution is not an ongoing debate. We're not going to debate this. When the akabin, when the war horn is sounded, alright, stop what you're doing and take to the battlefield. Revolution is not an ongoing debate. Given our historical situation, revolution is a natural occurring phenomenon. And revolutionaries are the people we have naturally become as we uncover the seriousness of the war against us and decide that there will be no more torment this day forward. All of those that are about the mindset of revolution, this day, right now, let's be about the spirit of Winnie Mandela, and let's take the war to our people, to our enemy. Alright? Let's take the war to the enemy. Does that continue or does that mean wrap up? Okay.
Mindset. I'm strong, Griff. Come on, man. Great. Get your mind right.
There's only one enemy.
That's right.
And the enemy of the African is the enemy of the God that lies within inside of you. These people have been at war with us ever since they've been on the planet.
That's right.
Everything we're in sync with, they've been at war with. The air, plants, the universe, the land, everything. Animals, everything they've been at war. So why is it that, brother, if you move them damn hands one more damn time, I know I'm good. No, this is a test of our patience that we have to have for our people. Whether they bald head, whether they got wigs or weaves. We just have to be patient. I got you, sis. But I'm going to take two more minutes of your time. Is that cool? He said, I got 10 more minutes.
All right, all right.
All right. Don't invite me and then you give me a plane ticket in a hotel room and you come give me 2 minutes to speak. I could have did this on by the cell phone. I came here to be among the people so I could affect the people in person. Are you following me? Let's not ever do that to one of ours, not the least of us. Not to say I'm any more important than you are. There's no big I and little you. Am I right or wrong? I am because we are, therefore I am. Right or wrong? Okay. Here I am up at night, late, toiling over notes, thinking about you on how can I best spark your curiosity and your energy. Alright? Waken and quicken the ancestors that are laying dormant in us so that we can continue to do this work. And he over here doing cheerleading moves, and I'm like, bruh, I got this.
That's right.
So I want to let some of the brothers know, and when I throw this out there, please. Malcolm said, when you throw a rock in a crowd of dogs, the only one that hollers, the one that get hit. So nobody take this personally. It says, he who is ruled by his appetite belongs to the enemy. You are no good to us if you are ruled by your appetites. You no good here or on the African continent. We have no use for you. So skipping forward in my notes, I can't even thumb through this quick enough to pull up the notes that I want to pull up to say to you. Well, here it is. Now, I can't take my time. I got 8 minutes. If we would adhere to the 42 laws of Ma'at, most of what we deal with every day, we wouldn't even have these problems. Am I right or wrong? You don't need somebody checking on you to do what you're supposed to do. Am I right or wrong? So I am asking for your permission, along with the elder Baba, Professor Smalls, in the back, if y'all would take my phone number down, or even get his information, I'm going to ask y'all to ask the elders across the country. All right, this is just me. This is me staying up late at night, and I just said to myself, let me take off these readers so I can look you right in the face so you can see my face and look in my eyes. I want permission. You don't have to give it to me today. I'll wait to hear from the elders. I want permission from the elders after they call on the ancestors and speak to the God of our people, to have permission to help organize and orchestrate a council of elders in every city. A council of elders. I'm so glad the rest of y'all are not applauding. We don't even really know what that means. The elders need to govern our actions, am I right or wrong, in every city. So the madness, so the madness that we're hearing and seeing even on social media, all right, we can quail that. If we had to, if everyone had to answer to someone or someone's, am I right or wrong? There's nothing wrong with having conflict, but conflict resolution is what we need, right or wrong? That's one thing. The second thing I need permission to do from the elders that are still among us, all right? I want the permission to put together a self-defense force.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, that's right.
Shh, I'm not stupid. There's agents in the room right now, and I'm aware of that. And I know by me putting this out, they're writing notes right now to take back to their field office. This ain't got nothing to do with no black identity extremists. All right? We're responding to you, and you ain't seen black people get extreme. We have never saw that. Am I right or wrong? Because once we see that, then it's all over with. You ain't never really seen us really angry, where we're going to actually do something about this particular oppression and shooting us down in the street. So I'm just humbly asking for permission. And if I don't get the phone call or the email to get called in to sit down and say, okay, what you got, Professor Griff? And I'm letting y'all right now, I pay my own way to every city to sit in front of every council of elders to present what I have. I'm just saying to y'all right now, this is my solution to some of this madness that's going on in every city. So the next time someone takes to YouTube or social media and disrespect our elders, no, you got to see me, plain and simple. No, not me, see us. I don't want to sound tough, I'm only 5'6" up here, 150 pounds. But what's wrong with that? What's wrong with a security force, a self-defense force? That if we find you on YouTube cursing out one of our elders, we're going to come see you. Are you following me? It ain't nothing white folks can do to save your black behind, because we're going to talk to you. To entertain you if need be. Am I right or wrong? And don't nobody need to know. We don't need to film it or put it back on social media. Are you following me? I got you, bro. I know I got 4 minutes. So we need to understand that particular dynamic, brothers and sisters, because I'm asking y'all, what are we going to tell the children in a minute? Let me just ask y'all something very real. What is stopping them right now from waking up tomorrow morning and putting all of us back in slavery? What's stopping them? What is actually stopping them from doing that, from enslaving you tomorrow morning? More simple than that. What is stopping them from saying, look, tell you what, we done arrested the 2 brothers at Starbucks. Good. The rest of y'all can't come in Starbucks. Now what? What y'all gonna do? Some of y'all say, well, I don't go to Starbucks anyway. Then what you raising hell for on the internet for when the brothers got arrested? And as long as we've been coming in and out of Starbucks and being thrown in and out of places, we should create our own Starbucks by now. Am I right or wrong? You know how many black entrepreneurs I know that started their own coffee shop that you don't even go patronize them? Starbucks ain't the only ones that sell coffee. They probably the only ones that sell $8 coffee. See, coffee was 50 cents a couple minutes ago, right or wrong? But they gave you some corny. Let me watch my mouth. They put some. They gave you frappuccinos and lattes and put a slick name to it. You went from paying 50 cents to $8.50. Am I right or wrong? So come on, brothers and sisters. I want to end on a very positive note.
Wake them up, Griff! Wake them up, Griff!
Malcolm X said revolutions are never compromising. Revolutions are never based on negotiations. Revolutions are never based upon any kind of tokenism whatsoever. Plain and simple. It's going to come a point where you're going to have to choose sides. Franz Fanon said, each generation must out of relative obscurity discover its mission, fulfill it, or betray it. You got to decide one way or the other where you stand. One Negro actually, I wish I would have wrote his name down. One Negro got on TV and said, now if them brothers was dressed different, they probably wouldn't have gotten thrown out. Negro, did you see the way our brothers and sisters were dressed when they lynched us? They had suits and ties on. Am I right or wrong? So stop the blood clot crying. Stop the BS, man. How we dress. We dress all different kind of ways in here. Am I right or wrong? They ain't never stopped them from killing us or lynching us. Am I right or wrong? So if what I'm saying in my closing, if what I'm saying right now offends you, good. Good. Something should offend you. So much so that you get up and do something about it. Plain and simple. Most of this I've already talked about and wrote in my book up, sister. The sister that's holding my book up invited me to the land to come speak at the land of Nat Turner. We invited everyone. Alright? Beautiful turnout. But when are we going to stop upholding the real leaders, those that took the fight to our enemy? Are you following what I'm saying? Yeah. Close out with this last statement. I want to close on a more positive note. Hold on. The way we're conducting ourselves, brothers and sisters, we're producing a race of beggars. Alright? Every man, as he teaches, he acts. Alright? As I climb, I have to pull up as I climb. And then as I pull up, I instruct the person that I'm pulling up to pull up 3 people behind them. We have to speak when we come to this microphone. We have to speak as though 7 generations will hear what we say today. Because we're responsible for them. It's like the ripple effect. You throw a rock in a pond, you see 7 ripples. I'm responsible for 7 generations behind me. So blessed are those that struggle. Oppression is worse than a grave. It's better to live and die for a noble cause than to live and die a slave. Asante Sana, thank you very much for listening. I love y'all to life. Stand up on your feet, brothers and sisters. I love y'all to life. Peace.